At some point, we're going to see DTR this season. It won't be this week, Shaun, but in his limited action against the Ravens, he had some highs. He had some lows. We're going to talk about them both right here. This was his very first pass of the game. He comes in for an injured Deshaun Watson. Kevin Stefanski dials up a back shoulder fade to Cedric Tillman. And although it wasn't a completion, they drew the pass interference penalty that put them inside the 5-yard line. And Shaun, we talked last week about how not to throw a back shoulder fade. This is pretty textbook for what you're looking for, right?
Well, let's start with this. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, right? That's just a message to all of you backup quarterbacks or guys pouting around thinking that you aren't going to get your opportunity. When your opportunity comes, you got to ball. So it's a good start here for the young quarterback. I know DTR has done some good things there in Cleveland. A lot of the fan base is excited about him. Let's see what it looks like. Go ahead and roll the tape. All right, I like he's in rhythm there. I mean, for a guy coming straight off the bench, you can't ask for much more. And what you want to remember, I said rhythm 1, 2, 3 hits. And we can rewind that one time, Mike. Also did a really good job with his eyes. He keeps this safety backside because his eyes go opposite where he's throwing the ball initially. Now, there's a little nuance in what DTR does that I want to talk through because it shows up on some of the other plays that we're going to show you guys. So we can come back right to the start of this.
You want the end zone or the sideline?
The end zone, right to the start of this, Mike. And I just want you to pause it at the start. All right, pause it here. Very important what I'm about to say, quarterbacks. You can't fool somebody that knows what they're looking at, right? And having played this position in the National Football League, I know what I'm looking at. Your mind and your body have to match. So if you watch DTR's head here, and I'm nitpicking because I hope DTR is watching this because I think he has a lot of talent and I think he has an opportunity to actually be a good player in this league. But watch what his head does. His head goes to Tillman, to the middle, backside, back to Tillman, all within probably 1.5 seconds. If you can roll it, just watch his head. Watch the subtle things his head does. Left, right, right. See, that lets me know he's not really seeing it. Right? He's not really completely in control of what's going on. Ultimately, he's a super talented player, so he makes a good throw. And I know you're like, man, you're tripping, King. It's going to show up a little later on a ball that ultimately ends up being an interception.
Turnovers are the enemy of any good football team, Shaun. On Sunday, the Browns turned the ball over twice. DTR threw 2 interceptions, which we're going to break down. The first of right now, it went off Tillman's hands. I don't think he was the intended target, so it may not be 100% on the quarterback or not even on the quarterback at all. But either way, not the worst concept, but pretty poor execution here.
Now, I'm not in the Browns building, so I don't know exactly who's calling the shots. But this may be one of the reasons that Kevin Stefanski's not calling the plays moving forward, and it's Ken Dorsey. Great schematic passing games are about timing and spacing. So this is, as you mentioned, Mike, very eloquently, is not on the quarterback at all. If you want to roll it here, when you get zone against this drive concept, it's all about spacing. You can pause it right before DTR throws the ball. I just want to highlight something here for those of you that have aspirations of being an offensive coordinator. Pause it right there. Okay, when you look at this, this is what you call the triangle. And if you put a line on Tillman, the bottom receiver, and Akins, that should form a triangle, right? So you see Tillman slowing down there, Mike. He's got to get all the way to the other side and make the other edge of that triangle. He's stopping right in the middle of where the point is supposed to be. So DTR is actually thinking Tillman's going to continue to go. He has the tip of the triangle that he's throwing the ball to. Tillman thinks it's a bad throw. He reaches behind him for a ball that's not for him. And ultimately, just like everything else so far this year for the Cleveland Browns offense, it ends up being a good play for the opposing team. And it's a better view when you look at it from the end zone copy. Tillman's got to keep going here. Remember I talked about spacing, right? Those three guys should form a triangle. Tillman's messing the triangle up. I don't know where he took geometry at, but come on, Tillman. That's not a straight line. That's supposed to be a triangle. This was not on DTR at all.
So we've shown an incomplete pass. We showed an interception. DTR did make some really good throws and some big-time completions against this Cincinnati defense. This may have been his best read and throw of the day here. Shaun picking up a big third down to Cedric Tillman across the middle. We mentioned Tillman all throughout this program. He had a heck of a game. Without a doubt, his best game as a pro, and hopefully it's a building point for him moving forward. But What'd you see from DTR in this play, staying patient in the pocket?
Well, he has talent. If you go back to his time at UCLA, he did a lot of good things. I felt like he played at UCLA for 25 years. So he should be a pretty experienced young player. You can roll the tape here. The talent is there, and you see it showcase itself. He's in the pocket. I'm going to point something out, though. Remember, I brought this up with the back shoulder throw. Stop it there. Okay, he's looking to the right. His body's in a line to throw to the right. If we continue to roll it, see how he kind of is going to go back left, but his body's still to the right with his head. Roll it a little bit more, Mike. Now his body's to the left to throw the ball. Roll it a little bit more, Mike. Now he's all the way left, about to try and throw the ball all the way back right. And so that's why the ball's inaccurate. You can roll it from here. It's a great catch by Tillman. So that ball's behind him. Remember, I tell you this, Mike, and you know what? I'm going to make you a good quarterback coach by the time we're at the end of this year. Your mind and your body have to match. So I know it's a tough one for DTR. I didn't get a lot of practice reps during the week. So it's kind of stepping unexpected. But listen, young quarterback, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. He's got to match up his mind and his body just a little more, because this is a clean pocket he's throwing from. So he should be on balance on this throw, go through his progressions, and be in a position to make an accurate throw in this situation. And guess what happens now if he puts his ball in front of Tillman? Tillman got a chance to come out the backside of that, right? So quarterbacks, you can't fool somebody that knows what they're looking at. So impressive by the young man, or just coming in and trying to make plays. Now we got to tighten it up a little bit. Tighten it up. Be a little more on top of the little details, because the next clip I'm going to show you is what happens when your mind and your body aren't matching. Got lucky there because that was an errant throw. It didn't end up in a turnover, but watch this next clip. The ball's on the 45-yard line, right? And this is something that Shedeur Sanders at Colorado struggles with a lot of times. So DTR is already 6 yards deep in the pocket, right? So all I want you to do is envision yourself being a left or right tackle. How deep can the quarterback get so that you can actually have a chance to provide a pocket? So when you're 6 yards deep in the shotgun, snap the ball right quick for me, Mike, and I want you to stop it at the top of DTR's drop. DTR is 11 yards deep in the pocket. Like the tackles, they really don't have a shot when the quarterback does this. The reason being, I don't think DTR was necessarily seeing it as clearly as he should, because if you let it roll for one more click, he's trying to throw this dig ball to Jerry Jeudy. So stop it there. Judy's at the top of the 30. Elijah Moore, listen, the film don't lie, right? Get your ass through the defense, okay, Elijah? Stop not playing hard, all right? You're loafing, Elijah. There's no way you can be the clear route and then you're at the same level as the guy running the dig. I see you, Moore, and I'm calling you out. Get going. But the quarterback also has to feel that color, right? Elijah's not doing a good job of clearing this out. So who's wide open? Njoku on the check down. Look at Njoku right there. What is he at? The 42? Looks like the 42. Remember, quarterbacks, what I always tell you, don't let somebody else's mistake become your problem. Also, look at the top side of the route package at the opposite 30. We got like a little outside curl route happening. If you can run it a little bit more here, Mike, it's going to also be coming open in this scenario. So pause it there. So now look at this picture. Now, DTR's arm is already in motion, right? That look to Jeudy is completely cloudy, and it's all because Elijah Moore is not doing a good job clearing it out, right? But you have Njoku that's here wide open. You've got the outside hook route that's coming on the top 30 that's open. You also got the backside flat. So what DTR has to be better at, listen, you can never go broke taking a profit, right? When you're a young quarterback and you come in the game unexpectedly, listen, make your layups, do the things that are there. Don't try and be He-Man, listen, because you want to get another shot. So we can roll it from here. DTR kind of forces this one, and the ball sails on him, and guess what? Now all of a sudden it's an interception. People are like, why is DTR on the roster? And then to make ice cream turn into melted milk, man, look, DTR gets hurt at the end of this. This is how he got knocked out of the game. And all because it started with Elijah Moore not hustling on the seam route, but it also became his mistake because he tried to force a ball when he had other options that were open.